This video, I just want to explain something to you about one of the most important things that you can have in your business if you are a professional or a sole trader or somebody who's selling goods or services or somebody who's trying to sell online through their website or their blog. There's one thing that you need to overcome if you want to sell online, if you want to influence, if you want to persuade. And the one thing is something that I recently read in a book by a man called Jerry Spence, who's one of the most successful criminal defense lawyers in the United States, in the history of criminal law in the United States. This fellow has a remarkable record, and it's claimed he's never lost a criminal case. Now, I don't actually believe that. I do believe that he lost one or two, but his record is remarkable. He's written a number of books, but in one of them, the very thing that I discovered a few years ago in terms of persuading online or selling online or promoting my business online, the very thing that I discovered was the very thing that he discovered years ago as well in his work as a trial lawyer, as a criminal defense lawyer. And that one thing that you need to grow your business and persuade people, that one thing that you need as an absolute essential is trust. You need the trust of your reader, of your potential client, of the visitor to your website, of the visitor to your blog, of the visitor to your Facebook page, your YouTube page, your Twitter account, or whatever it is. So if you are promoting yourself online, as I do, as a solicitor, you may be promoting your business, you may have a product or service to sell, you may have a nice website, you may have a huge amount of followers on Twitter, or fans on Facebook, or subscribers on YouTube. You may have all of these things, but if you do not have the trust of your reader or your potential client, you won't do well, you won't sell anything. People won't buy from you, they won't buy our services, they won't buy our products, and they won't make appointments for consultations or meetings. In the context of the book that I read relatively recently by Jerry Spence, the American guy, the American criminal defense lawyer, he was saying that no matter how bad his case was, that he could always have a chance if the jury trusted him. But if he lost the trust of the jury, then he was screwed. He had no chance. And the one way that he always had of getting the trust of the jury was to tell the truth, to be absolutely upfront and open from the outset about the weakness in his case. So there may well be a weakness in your case, there may well be a weakness in a criminal defense lawyer's case. For example, his client has carried out an absolutely appalling murder and the circumstances are terrible, and he's looking at it and he's thinking that, how in the name of God am I going to defend this fella? How am I going to have any chance of getting an acquittal for him? And whatever weaknesses, whatever infirmities are in his case, what Spence would do would be to put them out there up front in the open at the very beginning. And that way he gained the trust of his jury, and therefore later on, when he was inviting them to acquit his client, when he was inviting them to believe his client's version of events, he had a far better chance. Likewise, if you're online like me, I have a website, a number of websites, a Facebook page, a YouTube channel, and so on. The one thing that I need to do from day one has been to gain the trust of my readers, of the visitors to my website, my blog, my Facebook page. How I do that is I provide value in advance. In other words, I provide good, useful, accurate information up front in advance to the reader of my website or my blog. And that way, after a while, people come to see me as a trusted advisor, a trusted authority in my area. I don't ask them for anything. I don't try to sell them anything at the outset. I give them what I have up front in advance. So if you visit my website or my YouTube channel, I'm basically giving away as much good, useful, free information as I can. And I'm putting a good bit into it as well. To do that, I am in a constant cycle of creating content, creating information, be it a video like this or be it a blog post, which I do every single week, and I constantly produce content. The reason for that is because when people come to my website, they begin to see me as an authority in whatever particular area I'm talking about, whether it's small business, whether it's employment, whether it's litigation, personal injury, property conveyancing, you name it. I give away upfront a huge amount of value, huge amount of free information, and I do that in order to gain the trust of viewers, of readers, of people who visit my website. And it works. It works. But the difficulty always selling online, particularly if you're using your website, and you should be using a website or a blog, and perhaps a Facebook page, and perhaps a Twitter account or a YouTube channel, the big thing that you will always have is the reluctance of people to trust you, and the difficulty in getting them to take out their credit card and pay for a product or a service or a consultation is a big hurdle to jump. But the one thing that you need to do from the outset is build trust. The way that I do that most effectively is, as I say, giving away a lot of good valuable content up front at the outset. And then I get people to subscribe to my, I get them to subscribe for a free report, a free idiot sheet, as it were, in relation to various topics, for example, employment law or property. So I've got a report there, 16 common mistakes that most Irish employers make. That is hugely successful, and I have given away that for a number of years now, and at the moment I have in excess of 4,500 subscribers on my email list. This is a very, very powerful tool, because this email list and getting the email from a visitor to my website, a person who signs up for that free report and the regular tips, that allows me to deliver more good content in their email every week for a considerable period of time. And this allows me then to build trust, build a relationship with the reader, and ultimately I overcome the barrier of trust, of not being able to or being able to surmount that barrier that I need to surmount in order to persuade people to do business with me. I hope you find this video useful, but if you take one thing from it, it is that in order to sell online or develop your business online, whether you're a one-man band, whether you're a one-woman band, whether you're a small little business, whether you're doing products or services, it doesn't make any difference. You need to have or gain the trust of your potential client, your potential customer. And to do that, you need to be straightforward and upfront and honest from the outset. And if there is an infirmity or a difficulty or a problem with your product or service, you're probably actually better off coming out with that upfront and saying, this may not be for you because of X, Y, or Z, but you will gain their trust, and that is how you're going to develop or grow your business online. I hope you find this useful. If you do, give it a thumbs up down below, and you might be interested in sharing it with a friend or a colleague or subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.